We use it every day. We go through our daily routine, never really giving it a second thought. It powers our cars, our technology, it saves lives. It's energy.
Energy will allow you to charge your cell phone. Energy will allow you to go from place A to B thanks to the gasoline in your car. So energy is really part of our lives that we take for granted.
Well, I think electricity and energy are a part of the core of our infrastructure, so I think we could either collapse or we would have to make do without it, and we would suffer some difficulties.
There's a lot of things that hold our society together that we're super dependent on energy, and we need electricity for global health. I mean, the number of people that would be in a total crisis situation could be astronomical. I mean, we cannot do without energy in our modern world without at least a heads up. And, granted, if we could prepare for it, but man, if someone just pulled the plug one day, it'd be a very different world.
We almost take for granted all the new possibilities that are available to us. And as time progresses, we are starting to use up our non-renewable resources, and one day they will ultimately be exhausted. Globally, people are at work trying to solve our energy crisis.
I overlook our use of energy as a whole so often because it's just standard to me that everything I use comes at a cost of using electricity or starting my car, and I don't really think about the things that go into it that propel me through my day and the small little functions that are part of our society.
Well, I think about energy when my gas tank is low and I want to make it to the nearest gas station. That's about it.
But how do we as individuals feel about our global problem? What is the future of our energy? As high school students who are taught the basics of where our energy is headed, we all know our oil is running low, our skies are becoming more polluted, and our environment is becoming more urbanized due to the advancement of our technology. And the one thing that will save us is energy efficiency.
Probably the biggest word there to define is what's the future? Is the future 5 years from now? Is it 20 years from now? Is it 100 or 1,000 years from now?
I don't think enough is being done. I think we're just waiting until dire things happen to us and that we get put in really desperate situations where we can only use renewable sources.
If we don't wake up in time, it might be too late.
From biomass energy to geothermal, solar, hydroelectric, wind, nuclear, and more, our minds are collaborating together to find a solution to our increasing energy needs.
So there's ways to conserve energy. Turn off the lights when you are not in the room. Walk more, go to the store more, use bikes, because we live in a place where you can go to the store on a bike, for example.
If every single day we made a conscious decision and we admitted to ourselves, I can't do everything, but I can do this. I can, whether it's you're on the freeway, the difference between driving 75 miles an hour and driving 60 miles an hour, it means nothing to your commute, but it makes a little bit of difference in terms of your gas mileage, your efficiency. And, if I'm in the classroom, plugging in a charger versus leaving it, unplugged for the night, that's something I can do. It's really, really small stuff, but we forget that individuals are what make up the big societies that we complain about so often.
Time is running out for our Earth. As everyday people, we know that our minds out there trying to find a solution, but we don't feel anything happening. Essentially, we don't know what the world is up to. How can we become involved? The Earth is made up of all of us, and together we can figure out a solution to make the energy of our future a little brighter.
I think our generation does play a pretty significant role in that sometimes it's just not a big enough concern to us and we're not as aware of the situation.
Do you care? And can you talk about it effectively? And so I think that's the thing that we try to explore is, number one, can you be passionate about a subject, in this case, the energy crisis? But then secondly, can you move that passion into motivation and inspiration for others?
Our minds, the future of energy.